Hello, yes, this is the talk section of the training. I'm so happy that all of us are still here, connected, and getting really, really impacted. Yes, we are on the do's and the don'ts to help your vagina. This is just a breakdown of all we have done before, but it will enable everyone to have just everything in just a line. When you have everything well dotted out, you'll be able to have a proper understanding of what it's all about and what you are not expected to do with your vagina. So we are going straight. The first is you wash your vagina every day. I know you'll be saying, is there anybody that won't do that? Really, everybody wakes up in the morning and take their bath. Yes, and after that, a lot still use the toilet. You still use this. You still do that. So just ensure you wash every day. It helps keep your vagina healthy. After taking your morning bath and you go to the toilet, you can easily still wash it. Some people are really very used to tissue. Some people don't use water at all. So this is really being directed to them. If you're the type that loves using your tissue, you can just cultivate the habit of using water to wash off first before you use your tissue to damp the water away. It gives more cleanliness than using ordinary tissue. The second is these are the do's. These are the do's. So the second is do wash more often. I have mentioned this earlier that our Muslim sisters and brothers in the house, I know they are very used to this. They don't wait until they have until the seawater is a must thing. They are going to use the convenience. They have to take their water along, and especially for women that undergo their menstrual cycle. During this period, you need to wash more often. You need to wash more often. Immediately you are changing your pad, you are changing your sanitary pad. Ensure you make a wash over and over again. Make a wash, clean up with water before you put on a fresh sanitary. This is going to be of great help to you. It's a means of having your a good health with your vagina. So during your menstrual cycle, ensure you wash often. Ensure you wash often. Then the third is do use soft fluffy towel. Using a soft and fluffy towel will help dry up your PP, your private part, your vulva easily without you having any friction on that or without you irritating that part of the body. We have some people that use a very hard tool when you are cleaning up. It has a way it gives you some irritation. So you just need to dry with a fluffy towel, very soft and fluffy towel. If you have the grace to have separate towel for that area, it's good, it's nice. You know that this is just mainly for my vulva. It is mainly for my PP, and nothing else will share that towel with you. So it's a means of having thorough cleanliness of that part of the body that is very sensitive. So the fourth one is do wipe from front to the back. We've discussed that earlier, but we need to itemize them out so that you will know the do's and the don'ts. So you don't ever clean up from the back to the front. It gives constant infection. I don't know who is relating. If you are used to cleaning from the front, you take your tissue and wipe from the front. No, wipe from the back. Wipe from the back by wiping from the front to the back. Especially when you use the toilet, maybe you pass out the feces. Especially when you pass out feces. But for urine, you can easily just damp it. But I've advised that we use water. Then you use your tissue paper to damp and to make sure it is well dried. So for anyone that doesn't have the means of using water to wash up when they pass out feces, you can always ensure you wipe from front to the back. Wipe from front to the back. Don't clean up from the front, from back to the front. It's not too good for your vulva. So the next one is do wear breathtaking pants. Your pants needs to be in cotton form. Anybody that still wears a nylon pants at this era is not helping their their vulva. You need to wear cotton pants that has the means of breathing. Hair can easily penetrate into your vulva. It helps give your vulva a good health. So it is very important. Then the last one is, do use condom where necessary. We know that we are talking to married women, and if it's for singles, I don't really preach that any single should be having any extramarital affairs. The idea is keep yourself to your married till marriage. This is outside here, but at least let us talk about the condom in the proper way. We have a lot of women that knows that their man has extramarital affairs. When you know your man has extramarital affairs, the best way you can protect yourself is to ensure that when he's coming to you, use your condom. We have some condom that is meant for women that you won't need to ask your husband to have a condom put on. But you want to protect yourself, insert your own condom yourself. Yes, this is important for women that are having some fear of their husband having some extramarital affairs, because when they bring the infection, you will be the first carrier, because you can't turn your husband down whenever he comes close. But when you know that this man, I'm not sure of the way his waka waka is not too clear to me, insert your own condom yourself. Insert your own condom yourself. So it's best, and it's the best and safer way to keep yourself clean, keep your vagina healthy. When you know you are not so sure of this man, ensure you put on your own condom before it comes. So it's a means of, these are the do's to keep your vagina healthy. So we are going straight away to the don'ts. So what are the things you are not expected to do? The first is, don't use any perfumed or antiseptic soap. As earlier discussed, anything perfume, antiseptic, any perfume wipes, any gel, anything chemicalized, don't use it on your private part. It's a no-go area. It has a way it kills the good bacteria that are meant to work to help give you a healthy vagina. So don't go close to them. Then don't dodge. Dodging is simply flushing your internal, the tube itself, the vagina itself. There are lots of things a lot of people do just to to feel healthy, to feel the money is there. They have somewhere they go, because I've heard about somebody that they flush their intestine. They flush all those intestine, their internal part of their body. They do a flushing by passing water from the anus all through the intestine. It flushes off all the feces, all the things that have been in the intestine for years. It's good. It's good, but at the same time, for vagina, it's not too good. So if you have anybody that is thinking or have taken the step to go through such a process, because different things is happening out there that you can't even, you will be amazed when you hear that they are flushing the vagina. Don't flush your vagina, because the bacteria that are good, that are expected to work, will be flushed out, because these bacteria mingle with the walls of the vagina. They are there on the walls of the vagina. They are there all over the surrounding of the vagina. So when you go through a process of flushing your vagina, you flush out all these bacteria, and they are essential. They cannot be killed and they cannot be flushed out. So don't go through dodge. Dodging simply means flushing your vagina to have a cleaner part. It is not necessary. The best thing you can do is to use your finger to do some cleanup, some internal cleanup on yourself. It doesn't take off all the discharge, because those discharge has what dodging means, flushing the vagina, the internal part of you. A little finger cleaning is done and good, because the vagina is natural oven that cleans up itself by itself. You don't have to go through the process of flushing it all over again to make it more cleaner. It doesn't need. You don't have to do dodging. Yes. So the last one is, don't get hung up with odor. So don't get hung up with odor. Odor comes once in a while, except it is overstressed and remain permanent. Then one needs to look into it. So when odor comes once in a while, take it as part of the normal thing. Your body is going through some cycle. I've discussed this, but I'm trying to itemize all the do's and the don'ts so that you have a proper understanding and can always come back to this training to remind yourself of all the things you need to do and the things you are not expected to do. So don't hang up onto odor. You have a feeling of an odor that is not pleasant today. Just take note. Is it permanent? Has it been there for a long while? If it has been there for a long while, then you need to call for attention. You need to go for a swab test. Let them know the type of infection you have, because when the odor is persistent, is constant, is not going, it ought to come and go depending on your body cycle, depending on what is happening with your body at a particular point in time. But when it refuses to go, the odor is there permanent for a long period of time, then you need to go for a test. Don't allow the good bacteria to override the bad bacteria to override the good one. So you need to quickly act. And we'll be talking more on what you can also do. Maybe you have been experiencing the infection issue for a while. We have things we have here to recommend to you. Yes, these are things I personally have used, and I'm recommending them here for anyone that is interested. This training is to enlighten you, to give you a proper understanding of your vagina and how you can take good care of it. And in case you have been faced with one issue or the other, we'll also be taking you through a process that is going to give you a perfect health. Because most of the time, a lot of things that we try to use, you use antibiotics, you use that, you use this, is even making it worse. But just few little steps of some detoxification of the body system will put you back in shape. Yes, and following all these steps that we have indicated here. Stop using a perfume soap immediately. We also have some recommendations of soap you can use that are scent free, that are perfume free, that are not antiseptic. Yes, you can wash with a soap, but ensure it's not antiseptic or it's not perfumed. So all these things are the steps you need to go through, and coupled with some detoxification process that we give and recommend to people that really wants to work with us and give their vagina a good health. We also have somebody in the house that will be taking you through what they have. These are things I've personally used to, and I am recommending them for anybody that also needs to know what they are expected to do to help them get better with their health. So we have in the house, yes, she's a medical practitioner, but she has been well favored to have contact with herbs, because herbs has a way it works, and it is the in thing everybody is using now. Yes, I recommend processed organic products personally, and I have one I'll be introducing. I'll be talking on about 5 of them, but I'll be introducing one alongside with the herbs this medical practitioner is introducing. They now know the efficacy that is in our herbs, and everybody is running towards that angle now, because they have been tested and proven to be perfect and good for our health. So if you have any issue with your health in respect to, you have a very bad odor that is being emitted from your pee, or you have this brownish discharge that have been coming out for a long time, or you are even falling into menopause and you are having a terrible cycle that you are not even understanding yourself and your body system and how it works, you need to undergo some process. Or this issue of menopause have even affected your libido, you are not even understanding your sex life again. Because look, when as you age, there's a way our body system changes. I'm going to be dropping some information in a graphic form and some text attached to it. Go through them, read them, and have a proper understanding of how this vaginal thing also affects your libido. As you age, everything about your vulva also changes. Dryness sets in. A lot of things happens that you need to take note of and work on them. Because look, no matter how old you are, your sex life ought to be very active. It ought to be active. Age is just a number. How you live your life and live every part of it matters most, especially in the inner room, because that is where the issue comes from. A lot of men are running out because their women are claiming to be old. Why will a woman claim to be old when the age is just a number? Your hormones, when they are in a perfect state, you are good to go. Your libido, immediately you clock 40, you start having irregularity in everything that has to do with your hormones. You just need to help yourself. Put yourself in proper shape and you keep rolling. So a lot of women that are entering 40, 45, they start changing and they don't want this man to go out. Look, you push your man out yourself. When you make him understand that you are already aged, men don't die. So we women should not also die when it comes to inner room activity. So this vaginal health as a way it also affects you as a woman. I have discussed this in a training because I have a page online that I educate women with. These are things that have helped me personally. And anything that have been of help to me, we are in information age. I share it. Impact people with it, and I have a support business that goes with it. So for anyone that is interested and wants to live a life that is full of fun and full of favor and full of mercy and full of everything, you just have to roll with it. Get this information, learn it, know it, work with it. I'm a businesswoman to the core, but that aspect of my health is what I've benefited immensely from. And I love to share it because I also had a very terrible libido situation. Immediately I clocked 40 and above, and I had this problem since that time. And immediately I found a solution. I decided to start sharing it also with people to bless them with the information that is of help to them. So if you are here and you are facing a problem of libido, remember your age is number one hindrance. Number two, the age is affecting that part of your body that will be drying up. The libido thing, your hormones start changing. It start becoming abnormal. That is imbalance. When hormones becomes imbalanced, it is sure going to affect your libido. And when your libido is affected, you start having dryness. And when dryness sets in, inner room activity becomes an issue. You won't want to have sex, and this is not so good for you, because as a woman, your youthful age ought to be as active as ever, notwithstanding you are 50. It just needs you working on you. That is all it needs. I worked on me. My ovulation period, they said, some men will tell you that secretion a woman ought to have during intercourse when you are aging, it starts reducing. It is when you leave it to reduce. When you want it to secrete normally, go through the process we'll be taking you through today, because she will be speaking right away on the importance and how this product works. Listen to her. And if you have any issue, we'll be dropping a link where you come on a Zoom with us to also have a one-on-one and explain the issues you are having to her, and let's know how we can help you get better with your health. It's all about, no matter how rich you are, yes, your health is number one. Your health is number one, because when we use this money to train all these children, we work so hard to train them, then what happens to our own life? What happens to us at the clock of 50? A lot of people can't even bend down to wash their vulva properly. A lot of women get so weak, their knee is aching, they can't bend down. What can you do? All this will be taken from here. But for those that have issues, you already know the discharge is not too good. You already know that some odor is coming out from that area. You need an help towards that. You already also want to prevent, because prevention is better than cure. Listen to the next trainer that will be dropping some information on the products that have been of great help. I'll be dropping the one that is I use them. I also use the one she'll be speaking about. It's all about taking care of your health. Don't look at the money, because we spend millions of naira on our children, but to spend even 50,000 for women to put out 50,000 on their health becomes so difficult. I don't know why, but we want to cut this. We want to help a lot of women understand why you need to spend on your health, because your health is just the basics to everything. It's just the foundation to everything. Enjoying life to fullness starts from your health. Why would a woman be on the bed when they are supposed to eat the fruit of their labor? All this is what we are trying to cope. So don't just make the money and stock it in the bank. Use part of it to take care of yourself on a monthly basis. Yes, if we can earmark some money to buy a fresh fish, to buy this, to buy that, to buy cream. Some women can spend 40, 30, 50,000 on cream to look good, and their internal organs will be dying. this is not too good. I use supplements every day, and I know the number I use. So I'm not really here to talk more on what is expected of you, but you need to understand what is expected of you yourself. That is what I want. That is why I'm referring to this. Understand why you need to take care of your health. Is number one. Because when it's whatsoever you are going through today, it is when the money is there, you'll be able to enjoy it. And when the health is there, you'll be able to enjoy the money. So let us take this as very important. These are the do's and the don'ts. So I'll be going right away to some certain foods, fruits, food that can also irritate you and give you some odor emission from that vulva area of your body. So we are going straight away to the next training, and from there we'll cap it up with some information and pictures. Read through them, and also I'll be coming back with a video training on what is expected of you, what you can use before our guest also talk a little on the products she'll be introducing to us. So take good care and see you in the next training.